One state. One design. One tiny coin. And yet, some of these state quarters are worth thousands. Welcome to our channel, where we uncover the hidden gems in your pocket change. Watch till the end, because one of these state quarters could be the key to a small fortune. Imagine you're holding a coin, something small but significant, a quarter. But not just any quarter. This is the 2016 Fort Moultrie quarter, part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. On the surface, it's just a piece of currency, but when you dig deeper into its history, design, and the impact it has on collectors, you realize it's so much more. This coin connects us to a critical moment in American history, a turning point that shaped the nation's future. Let's take a step back in time, back to the year 1776. The United States was in the throes of the Revolutionary War. One of the pivotal battles of that war took place on Sullivan's Island in South Carolina. This battle was crucial for the protection of Charleston, South Carolina, and, by extension, the southern colonies. Fort Moultrie stood as a symbol of American resilience and courage, and it became the site of one of the first major victories for the Continental Army. Fast forward to 2016, and the U.S. Mint released the Fort Moultrie Quarter as part of its America the Beautiful Quarters program. This initiative honors national parks and historic sites across the country, and the Fort Moultrie Quarter commemorates both the fort and the men who fought to defend it. Now, let's talk about the design of this beautiful coin. On the reverse side, you'll notice a striking depiction of Sergeant William Jasper. During the Battle of Sullivan's Island, Jasper, a member of the South Carolina militia, famously rushed to the fort's ramparts, under heavy British fire, to retrieve the fallen American flag. With remarkable bravery, he returned it to the fort, ensuring that the symbol of resistance remained proudly flying. This moment of heroism was immortalized in the design of the quarter, with Jasper holding the flag high, showing the grit and determination of the American spirit. The inscriptions on this side of the coin read, Fort Moultrie, South Carolina, 2016, and E Pluribus Unum, further grounding this coin in the historical significance of the site and the event it commemorates. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the familiar image of George Washington, the first President of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. This portrait has been a fixture of the U.S. quarter since 1932. Surrounding Washington's profile are the words, United States of America, Liberty, in God we trust, and, of course, quarter dollar. This side of the coin links the history of Fort Moultrie with the broader story of the United States, as George Washington's leadership in the early days of the nation shaped the very freedoms that were defended at Fort Moultrie. Now, let's talk about where this coin was made. The 2016 Fort Moultrie quarter was minted in Denver, and the D mint mark can be found on the obverse, just beneath Washington's image. As for its composition, like most modern U.S. quarters, it's made of a copper-nickel clad, with a weight of 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. The total mintage for this coin was 142,200,000. That's a lot of coins, but here's the thing, not all of them are equal when it comes to collecting value. While the 2016 Fort Moultrie quarter might seem common at first glance, certain factors can make it worth much more than its face value. For instance, coins in uncirculated condition, or those that have been specially struck as proofs, often attract the attention of collectors. Some collectors specifically hunt for coins with unique errors, low mintage numbers, or those in pristine condition. In uncirculated condition, this coin could be valued at just over $1. But as we know, there's always more to the story when it comes to rare coins. When it comes to coin collecting, it's not just about having the coin, it's about the journey of finding it, understanding its story, and appreciating its place in history. The Fort Moultrie quarter isn't just a token of currency, it's a symbol of American perseverance. It's a coin that tells the story of a nation that fought for its independence, a story that's still being told today. As we approach the end of this deep dive into the 2016 Fort Moultrie quarter, you might be wondering, what is this coin worth today? Well, here's the exciting part. While the standard 2016 Fort Moultrie quarter in average condition might be worth just a couple of dollars, a 2016 Fort Moultrie quarter with certain unique characteristics, like being in uncirculated or mint condition, has been known to sell for much higher prices. And here's the kicker, one of these rare Fort Moultrie quarters has recently been valued at an astonishing $29,000. That's right, a coin that you might think is just a standard piece of currency could potentially be worth thousands, depending on its condition and rarity. So, next time you come across a 2016 D Fort Moultrie quarter, take a moment to really appreciate its design and the story behind it. Who knows? You could be holding a small piece of American history that's worth a lot more than you think. Up next, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most fascinating state quarters in the U.S. Mint's collection, the 2008 D Arizona State Quarter. This quarter is part of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, celebrating each state with a unique design that reflects its history, culture, and natural wonders. But what makes the 2008 D Arizona State Quarter stand out among the rest? Stick with me, and you'll see just how this small coin packs so much history, design, and, yes, value into its 24.3mm. To fully appreciate this coin, we need to go back to Arizona's history. Arizona officially became the 48th state in the Union in 1912, but its story goes back much further. Long before it became a state, Arizona was known for its breathtaking deserts, majestic canyons, and the iconic Grand Canyon. The state is an iconic part of the American Southwest, and it's no surprise that the Grand Canyon, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, became the central figure in the design of this state quarter. The reverse side of the 2008 D Arizona State Quarter features the dramatic scene of the Grand Canyon with the Colorado River winding through its ancient rock formations. The inscription, Grand Canyon State, is included, a tribute to the iconic status of the canyon and how deeply it's ingrained in the identity of Arizona. The image of the Grand Canyon is not just a beautiful representation, it is a powerful reminder of the natural wonder that draws millions of visitors each year. It is the heart of Arizona, and this coin encapsulates that spirit perfectly. Alongside this magnificent scene, you'll notice the silhouette of a saguaro cactus, a symbol that immediately brings to mind the vast desert landscapes that Arizona is famous for. The cactus serves as a reminder of the endurance of life in harsh conditions, much like the resilience of the state and its people. As we turn the coin over, the obverse side reveals the iconic portrait of George Washington. This image has graced the U.S. quarter since 1932, and it's part of the tradition of linking the state quarters to the nation's heritage. Surrounding Washington's profile are the familiar inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and $quarter. These words connect this Arizona coin not just to the state it commemorates, but to the broader legacy of the nation. Now, let's get into the minting details. The 2008 D Arizona State Quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, marked with the D mint mark beneath Washington's portrait on the obverse side. The quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad, with a weight of 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, making it the standard size for U.S. quarters. In 2008, a total of 338,200,000 Arizona state quarters were minted, meaning that while this coin isn't considered rare in terms of mintage numbers, its historical significance and design make it highly collectible, but not all Arizona quarters are created equal. Some are just ordinary quarters used in daily transactions, while others are much more. Collectors of state quarters are always on the lookout for coins that are in pristine condition or have unique characteristics. The Arizona State Quarter is no exception. Coins that have never been circulated or those that have been kept in mint state are highly prized. And if you've ever collected coins, you know that condition is everything. What makes this coin even more intriguing for collectors is that, like many other state quarters, it's not just the high mintage or simple design that brings it value. Error coins, coins struck with imperfections or slight variations in their design, tend to be the ones that draw the most attention. And that's where the real excitement lies for coin collectors. A 2008 D Arizona State Quarter in mint or uncirculated condition could fetch a modest price above face value, but an Arizona quarter with a unique error or flaw can make its way to the auction block with a much higher price tag. Now, let's talk about the real prize, the rarest and most valuable finds. The 2008 D Arizona State Quarter, while relatively common in circulation, has been known to fetch some impressive prices, especially in perfect condition or if it has any minting errors. Coins like these are sold at auctions or private sales, and they often get a lot of attention from serious collectors. Here's where it gets really exciting. a rare 2008 Arizona state quarter, in perfect condition or with a unique minting error, has recently been valued at an extraordinary $40,000. Yes, you heard that right. A quarter that was once worth just 25 cents is now worth a staggering $40,000, all thanks to its rarity and unique characteristics. Whether it's a subtle flaw in the design or an error in the minting process, the right combination of factors can turn this otherwise ordinary coin into a rare treasure. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? The 2008 Arizona state quarter isn't just a piece of currency, it's a small, tangible piece of history. It represents not only the beauty of the Grand Canyon and the spirit of Arizona but also the opportunity for collectors to find something extraordinary in what seems like a simple coin. If you happen to stumble upon a 2008 Arizona state quarter in your collection or in your pocket change, take a moment to check it over carefully. It could very well be the next rare find that could change your life. Up next, we're diving into the fascinating story behind one of the most cherished coins in the U.S. Mint State Quarter series, the 2005 West Virginia State Quarter. This quarter holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and history buffs alike, and today, we're going to explore everything that makes it so unique. From its rich historical context to its stunning design and, of course, its impressive value in the world of coin collecting. You'll want to stick around for the exciting reveal at the end. Let's rewind to 1863, when West Virginia became the 35th state of the United States. It was a pivotal moment in American history, set against the backdrop of the Civil War. West Virginia's entry into the Union was unique, as it was the only state created during the Civil War. The state broke away from Virginia after disagreements about Virginia's stance on secession, becoming its own entity in response to the growing divide between the North and South. This crucial moment set the stage for a state that would come to be known for its rugged landscapes, coal mining industry, and distinct cultural identity. By the time the U.S. Mint released the West Virginia State Quarter in 2005, this history had long been ingrained in the culture of the state. West Virginia is a place defined by its natural beauty, and its residents are known for their resilience and deep connection to the land. So when the Mint chose to design a coin that would capture the essence of West Virginia, they knew they needed to honor both the state's natural landmarks and its people. The reverse side of the 2005 West Virginia State Quarter depicts an image of the famous New River Gorge Bridge, one of the most iconic landmarks in the state. This bridge spans the New River Gorge, a stunning and scenic area that draws adventurers, tourists, and nature lovers from all over the world. The bridge itself is a marvel of engineering, one of the longest and highest steel bridges in the Western Hemisphere. The design beautifully showcases the bridge, with the river running below, surrounded by the lush Appalachian Mountains in the distance. The words, New River Gorge, West Virginia, and the year, 2005, are inscribed around the design, grounding the coin in its historical and geographical context. And let's not forget the motto, E pluribus unum, reminding us that despite the state's distinct identity, it is still part of the greater whole of the United States. On the obverse side of the coin, we see the classic portrait of George Washington, which has appeared on U.S. quarters since 1932. The image was designed by John Flanagan and has become one of the most iconic representations of the nation's first president. Around Washington's profile, you'll find the inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, and, In God We Trust, as well as the coin's denomination, $quarter. Now, let's talk about the minting process. The 2005 West Virginia State Quarter was produced at the Denver Mint, with the D mint mark found just beneath Washington's neck on the obverse side. Like most modern U.S. quarters, it is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, with a total weight of 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. A total of 276,600,000 West Virginia quarters were minted in 2005, meaning that while the coin is certainly common in circulation, some can still be highly valuable, especially if they have been preserved in excellent condition. One of the key factors that can influence the value of a coin like the 2005 West Virginia State Quarter is its condition. Coins that are in uncirculated or mint state are always more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. A coin that has been kept in pristine condition, with no scratches, dings, or signs of wear, is far more desirable to collectors. The West Virginia Quarter's design, with its intricate details of the New River Gorge Bridge and the natural beauty of the landscape, makes it particularly appealing to collectors who are passionate about preserving these historical designs, but there's more. Like other state quarters, the 2005 West Virginia State Quarter also has the potential to be worth a lot more than its face value due to the possibility of minting errors. Error coins, such as those that were struck off-center, have unusual or misplaced designs, or have other distinctive flaws, are often highly sought after in the world of coin collecting. A minor mistake during the minting process can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into something extraordinary, and in the world of coin collecting, the rarer, the better. Some collectors have managed to find West Virginia state quarters with errors, and those coins can sell for far above their normal value. For example, a 2005 West Virginia state quarter with a significant error could fetch thousands of dollars at auction or through private sale. These errors could range from things like double strikes, where the coin has been stamped more than once, to coins with portions of the design missing or mismatched. But even without errors, the West Virginia state quarter can still be highly valuable, especially if it is in uncirculated or mint state. Coins like these often appeal to both seasoned collectors and casual enthusiasts who want to own a piece of U.S. history, and the West Virginia quarter, with its stunning design and representation of such a unique part of the country, is one of the most highly sought-after coins from the 50 State Quarters program. Now, here's the most exciting part. What makes the 2005 West Virginia State Quarter truly remarkable is the potential for it to be worth an incredible $47,000. This coin's value is a testament to how much the world of numismatics can surprise us, and how a seemingly ordinary coin can become an extraordinary treasure. So, what's the moral of the story? The 2005 West Virginia State Quarter is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of a state's heritage, a piece of U.S. history, and a potential goldmine for collectors. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or just getting started, this coin is definitely one to watch out for. You never know when you might find one in your pocket change, or stumble upon one tucked away in a collection. If you happen to come across a 2005 West Virginia State Quarter, take a moment to really examine it. It could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Now in the last, we are moving to one of the most valuable quarters ever minted in the United States, a coin that looks like any other at first glance, but carries within it a story of heritage, loss, and staggering value. The 2000 New Hampshire State Quarter isn't just a piece of metal. It's a portal into the identity of one of the original 13 colonies, and for collectors, it has become one of the most captivating coins in modern American history. Let's begin our journey by stepping back into the past, into the granite hills and snowy peaks of New Hampshire. This northeastern state was the ninth to ratify the U.S. Constitution in 1788, playing a pivotal role in shaping the early republic. Its nickname, the Granite State, isn't just poetic, it speaks to the deep, enduring strength of its land and its people. That grit, that rugged determination, is woven into the cultural fabric of New Hampshire. So when it came time to design a coin for the state, it was only fitting that it would feature a symbol just as enduring, just as commanding, the Old Man of the Mountain. For generations, the Old Man of the Mountain wasn't just a rock formation. It was a legend. 5 granite ledges, naturally stacked and weathered by the elements, came together to form the profile of a man gazing out from Cannon Mountain. Perched in the White Mountains, this iconic silhouette was discovered in the early 1800s and soon became the most recognizable natural feature in the state. It was carved not by human hands, but by time itself, shaped by ice, wind, and centuries of geological transformation. To the people of New Hampshire, it wasn't just a curiosity. It was a guardian of the mountains. A monument to their state pride. It was, quite literally, the face of New Hampshire. That's why when the U.S. Mint launched the 50 State Quarters program, a once-in-a-lifetime series that would honor each state's unique identity, New Hampshire's choice was clear. In 2000, the New Hampshire Quarter was released, and on its reverse side was the majestic profile of the Old Man of the Mountain. Framed by 9 stars, symbolizing the state's status as the 9th to join the Union, and paired with the powerful state motto, "Live Free or Die," this quarter became an instant icon. The words were chosen carefully. Live free or die isn't just a motto, it's a declaration of values, of liberty, independence, and the belief that freedom is worth any price. But fate had other plans for the Old Man of the Mountain. Just 3 years after the coin's release, in May of 2003, the beloved rock face crumbled. Despite numerous efforts to preserve it, the natural forces of erosion claimed it at last. For the people of New Hampshire, it was like losing a piece of their soul. The collapse made headlines across the country. But while the physical formation was gone, its legacy was immortalized on the face of this quarter. On the obverse side of the coin, we find the timeless image of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. His portrait anchors the coin in American tradition and connects the specific story of New Hampshire to the broader national narrative. Surrounding his profile are the familiar inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and $quarter. Let's take a closer look at how this coin was produced. In the year 2000, the New Hampshire quarter was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with mint marks P and D identifying their origin. These coins are made from a standard copper-nickel clad composition, weighing 5.67 grams and measuring 24.3 millimeters in diameter. More than 1 billion of these coins were minted in total, so on the surface, they don't seem rare. But as every collector knows, rarity isn't just about mintage numbers. It's about condition, uniqueness, and unexpected errors. This is where the magic begins. Among the hundreds of millions of coins, only a tiny fraction remain in pristine condition, uncirculated, flawless, untouched by the wear and tear of daily life. These coins, when professionally graded as mint state or higher, already hold significant value. But there's another layer that turns an ordinary state quarter into a numismatic treasure, a minting error. Imagine a coin struck slightly off-center, or double-stamped so that the image appears twice in a ghostly overlay. Imagine a die crack snaking across the profile, creating an accidental but striking visual effect. These aren't mistakes, they're miracles to collectors. Because they are so rare, so unpredictable, and so difficult to replicate, they drive up the value of a coin astronomically. Now imagine this: a collector, flipping through a jar of old coins, stumbles across a 2000 New Hampshire state quarter that looks different. On closer inspection, the coin is not only uncirculated, it has a rare die adjustment error, making it one of only a few known examples. It's graded professionally. It's preserved in its original state. It goes to auction, and that's where it happens. Bidding starts modestly, but quickly climbs. 5,000. 10. 20. 30. The room is electric. A bidding war unfolds as collectors realize the rarity of what's on offer. And finally, the hammer falls. Sold, for $60,000. That is the extraordinary value this coin can hold. Not every New Hampshire quarter is worth a fortune. Most are still worth just 25 cents. But the rare ones, the ones that carry flawless finishes, or minting errors, or both, can change lives. They are the treasures hidden in plain sight. And the beauty is, they're still out there. In old collections. In forgotten jars. In pockets and purses across the country. So what does this mean for you? It means that the next time you're handed change at the grocery store, or you dig through a drawer looking for a spare quarter, pay attention. Look closer. Because you just might be holding a piece of American history, a tribute to a vanished natural wonder, and potentially, a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars.